Let me tell you a story. So a true one. This happened to me. A long time ago, when I went to university, back in the time when I was 19 years old, I got a roommate. So, because I was a little kid, my mom didn't, allow me to live alone. She was scared of, the fact that I cannot cook well and I cannot take care of myself well, and maybe I'm a little bit short with money, stuff like that. So she told me to have a roommate. So because of that, I was asking one of my friends back in high school to join me. So this friend of mine, his dad was my teacher, my math teacher. And back then in high school, I was a very silent kid, and I wasn't really talking to anybody. I was so isolated, very much of an introvert who is very disconnected from the reality. And we just start to become a roomie, and things didn't go that well between us, and tensions start growing, and we didn't really like each other. We were kids. I was 19, he was 18, and I don't know why, but apparently this friend of mine, which we're not that friend anymore, told his dad that I'm a very bad guy, like a very bad guy. And back in high school, I was really good at my math, and my teacher really loved me, like in a way that it was just like, yeah, Cyrus is a good student, so I like good students, and I like Cyrus. And after that incident, my teacher started to not saying hi back to me when we were facing each other in the street. And it was so hard for a 19-year-old me to see the fact that the teacher that I spent 4 years of my life with him is not saying hi to me anymore. And he was just like, what the hell? Like, he's a grown up. Like, of course, there were some problems that we had, but it was between us, the kids, not the grown-ups. So it was very hard for me to accept the fact that my teacher was acting very childish. So time passed, and we saw each other in the street, and same behavior again, same pattern, not saying hi, just going from the other way. And if I was saying hi, he was just like nodding, like oh my gosh, idiot Cyrus is passing, not the old Cyrus that I liked him. And accidentally, I saw him today in the gym. And because I have eyeglasses, I cannot see like 2 meters away from me, and it's just very blurry. So I was just looking at a guy, a very familiar guy, and it was like, I don't know him, I know him, and then it was like, oh, wow, he's my old teacher. But I just forgot about the fact that all these things happened, and it was just like, dude, it's just like 8 years later from that thing, and I was just like, maybe he's gonna be happy to see me. And I went to him and I said, hi, it's me. He was like, who are you? I was just like, dude, I mean, like, I was your student. What do you mean? You don't know me? He said, nah, time, stuff like that. I don't know you anymore. So we started chatting, and it was just like, sir, it's Cyrus from the high school. He was like, oh, you're the Cyrus. Okay. It's like, what do you want? I was like, wow, dude. Something happened in my mind. I started thinking deeply when I was at the gym, and it was just like, what is going on in people's head? Dude, something happened between two kids 9 years ago, and you couldn't just move on. You couldn't let it go. So, my teacher, it's like, I'm a behavioral science expert. I know people very well. Like, I know his memory works perfect because, I mean, like, back in high school, I was the tallest kid in the high school. And it was like everybody knew me. And still everybody know me. It's like nothing changed in my face and in my body. Like, still the same kid. And you just start acting in a way that I don't know you anymore. And that made me a little bit sad because I didn't expect that. I don't know what should I expect, but that wasn't the things, of course. And yeah, it became a very big question that how people can't let it go after a long time. Like, you know, time passes, people change, like not in their personality. Like you know, when time passes, you're not that firm anymore. You start losing your tensions, your fears, your mentality. You're not that, you know, by saying firm and strong and non-movable. I mean the negative side, not the positive side. But I expected him to act very fine. Like, okay, I mean, like, something happened in the past. Who cares? How are you, Cyrus? What are you doing? What are you doing in life? I mean, it's like very normal, chatty things because I was excited to see him, despite the fact that something happened in the past, and I was sad back in the time, but not anymore. I was like, why should I be sad about something that happened 9 years ago? I was like, I almost forgot. But that hit me really hard. I don't know. I'm not sad, but I can say I'm shocked. And by shocked, it's not just positive, it's negative. And yeah, I thought it's better to just put it on YouTube. I don't know. I mean, it's like I'm trying to say, if you're sad with anybody in your life and time passes, forget about it. Like, you don't need to just remind yourself that these people were not really kind to you. So it's like you don't need to go with in a partnership with them where you're not. I mean, like, you don't have to be very intimate with them, but you can forget about the past and still. I'm just like two normal human beings. You're gonna start talking and just, you know, communicating in a very normal way because you were once friends, because you were once good together. I'm just like, yes, time passes. If you don't change and if you stay that firm and not movable, you definitely break. And you know, I was acting so fine. It was like, all right. I'm just like, you don't want to talk to me, but I think that's not a very good behavior. Like, as a matter of knowing what his behavior and what his personality and stuff like that, as the things that I'm working on every day myself, like I'm talking about hero's journey and stuff like that, I know that you should move on. You should be so strong. You should just, you know, develop your inner self. You should understand more profound. And with all of that, you should be movable. You should be movable in a positive way. But I think I needed to say this. Unfortunately, I mean, like, not unfortunately, but I had to go to my programming class in another city, and I had to drive 1 hour and a half to my class, and the class was about 1 hour and a half itself, and I had to just get back to my city, to my brother and my family, 1 hour and a half again. And today was very hot, so I was so fragile. I think under that condition, I still have a headache because of that, a long time driving and tolerating heat. And when I went to gym for having a little bit of workout, I think, yeah, that hit me in a way that I couldn't really recover fast. And I still thinking about it. It's just like, I don't know, 6 or 7 hours just passed, but it is still comes back to my mind that things happen. Anyway, yes, be movable with your past. You know, what happened just happened. Don't worry about it. Don't just remind yourself of something bad happened. It's like, yes, it is in the past. Just forget it. Look at the future. Live in the present. Because I think the only thing that matters from the past is the lessons that we get. It was like, yes, something bad really happened to you. You start thinking about it, and maybe it was your fault, maybe it was somebody else's fault. But I mean, like, we recover from that situation. But you know, if you're not movable, and all this negativity will stay with you, and it will, you know, it will hunt you down, and it will make you feel not very well with your living condition. Anyway, I thought it's better to just share it with you. Maybe I can say I feel better now when I said it. But okay, thanks. Be movable.